sing a line and you'll sing it back. Hello, hello, how do you do? How do you do? How do you do? Hello, hello, how do you do? How do you do? How do you do today? Welcome to Taking Notes. Let's play that intro song. We're taking notes. We'll have some rhythms and some games. We're taking notes. We'll sing some songs and learn some new things. Welcome to Taking Notes. I'm your host, Miss Bauer, and today we have a couple of segments. We have Playing It by Ear, then I Got Rhythm. We come back to desk for Who Is That Composer? And finally, we have Miso Soup. Let's set up the soundboard. This is our soundboard, and I'm going to play an instrument behind the soundboard, and there's going to be options 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to see which one do you hear. So I'm going to play something behind, and then you have to guess number 1, instrument 2, instrument 3, and then we're going to reveal what it is. So what do you think? Do you think it was number 1, number 2, or number 3? It was number 2. It was a tambourine. Now, a tambourine is a percussion instrument. It's part of the percussion family. It's a part of the auxiliary family. And a tambourine, you can see it has what we call the head, and then it has our bells. This is what makes really the sound. So you hit the head of the drum, and what moves are these metal discs. So how do you hold this? So I hold it with my right hand. So you take your right hand, and you're gonna kind of make a C, and you're gonna lightly place your thumb on the top. I'm not like holding it, because that dampens the sound. It's just lightly placed there. And then my 4 fingers are wrapped around. As you can see, again, they're not pressing the head, because that also dampens the sound. And I hold my tambourine not parallel with the ground and not vertical. I hold it at an angle, and I'm going to take my other hand, I'm going to use my 4 fingers, and I'm going to tap more towards the top. Now you can do lighter taps, like say your finger, or again, I use 4, or you can use your whole hand for louder sounds, but that's very rare. So again, you're going to take your 4 fingers, and you're going to tap. So that's the tambourine. Let's go to our next instrument. So we're gonna have a sound, and you're gonna guess 1, 2, or 3. So what is it? Is it number 1, number 2, or number 3? It is number 3. It's the trumpet. So our trumpet is part of the brass family. As you can see, I have my trumpet made of metal, and it is played through a mouthpiece. And if you're a brass player, every brass has the mouthpiece, and you're gonna do what we call lip slurs. But how do I make that sound on the mouthpiece? I can't just blow air through. Doesn't do anything. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do the really fun thing where you go, but you're gonna pull back and make your embouchure. So if I pull back, that is what I use to make the sound. So, and if I put it up to my mouthpiece, and if I put it on my instrument, so as you see, I took a big breath. Again, it takes a lot of air because, again, the air has to go through all of this tubing. And then to play different notes, I push down these different valves, which connect to different chambers. And so I can either make my tubing technically longer or shorter by not pressing down these valves. Next is I Got Rhythm, where we are going to review some of the cool things that we've learned in these past weeks. Let's head over to the rhythm station. Welcome to the rhythm station. Let's work on our rhythm and then pull from the beat box. So first, I'm going to play this rhythm. So if I was to keep that steady beat, I'm going to clap my rhythm. So 1, 2, ready, go. Let's hear it one more time. 1, 2, keep that beat. So now let's work through it. Let's work with our tas, TTs, and shs first. So we remember that our ta looks like this. Our TT is our paired eighth notes, and our sh look like that. So if I write them out. So let's work through this. This here, is this a quarter note? I have something up here which kind of tells me not. So I look, I see 2 lines that are connected, 2 dots that are connected. So is it a ta or a TT or a sh? It's a TT. Now the cool part is with using the TTs, tas, and sh, we can look at the rest of our example and say, hey, does anything else look like this? And so if we look ahead, does this second beat look like the first beat? It does. So I'm going to say it's a TT. Because it doesn't have a hidden mask or anything. It's just 2 eighth notes. Now does my third beat look like my other 2 beats? No, but I'm going to leave it alone for right now. Now my fourth beat, does my fourth beat look like my first 2 beats? It does, so I know it's TT. So look, I already have most of my problem done, and I know I don't have any more TTs within this example. So I have just this one thing left, and the question is this a ta or a sh? Because it's a quarter note, so a quarter note is a ta. And look at that, I've already worked out my problem. So let's keep a steady beat and say our rhythm. So 1, 2, ready, go. T, 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 ta, T, T. Try it one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. T, 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 ta, T, T. So let's work on those numbers. If we look, we are in 4/4, which means we have 4 beats within our measure, and each beat is represented with a quarter note. So I know that TT means it's a paired eighth note. Paired eighth notes have 2 sounds within a beat, which means what am I going to do? I know I always start on beat 1. Now that I put 1 symbol here, does it tell me that I have 2 sounds within my 1 beat? It doesn't. What am I going to add? The and. So I have 2 symbols within 1 beat. Again, I have 2 notes. I have 2 sounds within 1 beat. So am I done with beat 1? Yes or no? I'm done with beat 1. So I'm moving on to beat 2. And again, I look at it. If I know this is exactly the same as the beat before, and I already have my number down, what am I going to add? Going to add my and. And then the question is, am I done with my beat? I am. So now I'm moving on to beat number 3. And a ta quarter note is 1 sound within a beat. So does that mean I'm done? Is this 1 symbol for my beat? It is, so now I'm moving on to number 4, my final beat. And the question is this a 5 or an and? It's an and. Remember, it's not 5, we only go to 4 beats. So if you go any farther, you've gone too far. So let's try to clap and count our rhythm. So not keeping a steady beat, but clapping our rhythm while saying these numbers. So 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. Try it again. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. So let's pull from the beat box. I have my rhythm here. I'm going to write it on the board. We are in 4/4. I have a quarter note. Symbol there. So let's clap this out so we can see what it sounds like. So keep that steady beat, and I'm going to clap your rhythm. So 1, 2, ready, go. Let me clap one more time. So 1, 2, keep that beat. So let's work through it with the ti-tas and shs and other things. So I see this, it's a quarter note. My quarter note is one sound within a beat. So what am I gonna write here? I'm gonna write my ta. Now I'm gonna look ahead. Does anything else look like this one beat? Beat 4 looks like this beat. I'm gonna go back. I have this weird squiggly thing here. So what is this? It's a quarter note rest, which means there are no sounds within a full beat. So what am I gonna put here? A shh. It's telling you to be quiet. Hey, the beat's happening, but shh, you don't make a sound. Do I have any other quarter note rests within my work? I do not, so I'm good. I'm gonna move forward. Next, I have paired eighth notes. It means there are 2 sounds within one beat. So is it a ta, ti, shh, something else? It's a ti. Now, do I have any other eighth notes in my work? Nope, I'm good to move on. We already got our ta on beat 4, so I have a bar line. I'm gonna look at this thing. And this thing is a whole note, we know that. And so our whole note, instead of one sound within one beat or 2 sounds within one beat, this is one sound for 4 beats. So it takes up the whole measure. I should put a double bar line there, symbolizing the end of the measure, end of our work. So here, I have my ta, ti, sh, but what am I going to use for my whole note? I'm going to use 2. And then I'm going to give it a little pulse because it lasts for 4 beats. So 2. So let's say this rhythm while keeping a steady beat. So 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, sh, ti, ta, 2. Let's try it again. So 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, sh, ti, ta, 2. So now let's add our numbers. So we know we're in 4/4. Again, we only go up to the number 4. You go past 4, you've gone too far. And we know every measure starts with number 1. And we have a bar line, which means we have a new measure here. So we know this starts also on number 1. So now we're gonna move on. So are we done with beat 1 here? I have a quarter note. Quarter note's one sound within a beat. And I have one symbol here. Am I done with my beat 1? I'm gonna move on to beat 2. Now, how am I gonna tell people that this beat's different than the beat before? Because there's no sound here, but I still put a number 2 down. What am I gonna put around my number 2? Parentheses. And now I move on. I'm on beat 3. Is that it? Is that all I should write? Or should I add something else? What should I add? The and. And am I done with beat 3? I am. I'm going to move on to beat 4. And should I add anything else? Or we know this note looks like this note. So if I have a number here, I should have my number here. Now, if we had not already put the 1, the question is this a 5 or a 1? And we already put the answer, so it's a 1. If you put a 5, remember, we only go up to number 4, and the quarter note gets the beat. So we have our whole note. Remember I talked about our whole note is one sound that lasts for 4 beats. A quarter note is one sound within one beat. So if we take that, a whole note equals 4 quarter notes. And then how would we number our quarter notes? We'd number them like 1, 2, 3, and 4. But we want that to look also on the same side. So if this equals this, but these are like, they have to be tied to equal. But if this equals this, how are we gonna write that out? Because if I say 1, you're only gonna think, if I covered it up, you're only gonna think there's something on beat 1, but not that there's stuff after. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the rest of our numbers, because you are putting sound with the beat, so you want to tell people you're using the beat. But how are we gonna tell them that it's not 4 quarter notes, it's a whole note? We're gonna put those dashes. This is the connector. It is saying that these equal this. So again, my 1 sound within 4 beats. So let's clap and count our rhythms. So we're gonna clap our rhythm. So 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it again. So 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finally, we're back to the guests to play everyone's favorite game, Who's That Composer? So for our composer this week, I'm gonna give you 3 clues about them. So your first clue is that they have written 74 compositions. It's a lot. And they have got their Masters of Music at Yale University School of Music. It's a really big university. And finally, they lived in Poland for a year. So who is it, you may guess? Well, it is none other than Sydney McTee. She is a local composer, as she was born in Tacoma, Washington in 1953. Sydney McTee started to learn the piano at age 6 and switched to the saxophone a few years later. During college, Sydney met Krzysztof Penderecki, and he offered to give her composition lessons in return for teaching his children English. So she lived in Poland for a year with the Penderecki family. She's been described as a composer whose music reflects a charging, turning celebration of the musical and cultural energy of modern-day America. She brings to the world of concert music a fresh and imaginative voice. Let's listen to a segment of Finish Line, a composition written about several paintings, Giacomo Belli, and the paintings were about a passage of a speeding car. And after Sydney McTee wrote this piece, she went on a 6,000-mile road trip. And now we have our final segment, Miso Soup. Welcome to Miso Soup. We are learning This Old Hammer. I'm going to sing it first, then we're going to learn the solfege, and then learn the lyrics. So, this old hammer, shine like silver, shine like gold, all shine like gold. Well, this old hammer, shine like silver, shine like gold, all shine like gold. The solfege we'll be using in today's song, This Old Hammer, is do, re, fa, sol, and la. So now let's learn the solfege. So I'll sing a line and you'll sing it back. So, do, re, fa, fa. Your turn. Do, re, fa, fa. My turn. La, sol, fa, do. Your turn. La, sol, fa, do. My turn. La, sol, fa, re. Your turn. La, sol, fa, re. Do, re, fa. Your turn. Do, re, fa. Do, do, re, fa, fa. Do, do, re, fa, fa. La, sol, fa, do. La, sol, fa, do. La, sol, fa, re. La, sol, fa, re. Do, re, fa. Your turn. Do, re, fa. Now let's learn the lyrics. So, this old hammer, shine like silver, shine like silver, shine like gold, oh, shine like gold, oh, shine like gold, shine like gold. And then it repeats. Well, this old hammer, shine like silver, shine like silver, shine like gold, oh, shine like gold, oh, shine like gold, shine like gold. So now let's put it together. Let's put the lyrics on top of our solfege signs. So let's take it a little bit slower. This old hammer, shine like silver, shine like gold, oh, shine like gold. Well, this old hammer, shine like silver, shine like gold, oh, shine like gold. Great singing. Well, I'll see y'all next time.